Hello, Furitive Cult. How is it going? So we're waiting for this to load. We are in the development build. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little overlay, but I'm going to post this thing up in the Access server as well. Excellent. Alright, I am abusing the living daylights out of things, which is great. I just pinged everyone. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Alright, so let's go live. We're going to start with our Devly probable. Dust has done the nice thing of getting us playbooks for this, so it should be a lot of fun. Hello, Mr. Colin Porter. For those of you who are wondering which team is which, Team 2 is the Rail Raiders, Team 1 is the Binaries. They are the underdogs. We're going to play this thing, and I'm going to actually turn this to the audience. We have a slew of new stadiums, including the Philadelphia Classic, the Pittsburgh Stadium, Indy, Houston, Denver, Cleveland, and Buffalo. Are there any others? No, that's it. Hello, Dust. How is it going?
Not too bad.
Excellent.
Are you feeling like okay?
Yeah. No, I'm getting there. But so anyway, so I'm gonna see who in chat says that they want to see the stadium. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick one. Fair warning: I've looked at this beta for about 2 minutes. So if you want to see, yeah, I've looked at this thing for 2 minutes. It's very bright, so be warned. Random. Random sometimes breaks the game. I'm not going to do random. So I'm going to do... What do you think, Dust? Where are you feeling?
I'm good with Philly.
Let's do Philly. We're going to do the classic Philadelphia Stadium, wherever that is. Although I realize we probably should have done that for the second game, as is Team Philly, but that's okay. Like I said, it is a very bright one, but the Philly Stadium is our classic. We know it well. This is the Axis 23 beta, yes. So you're going to see a lot of things. I've seen this thing for all of 3 minutes, by you. As Oliver Davis kicks off. And you can already
some
see...
shadow effects going on.
Again, what effects?
Shadow.
Yeah. You can also see the player actually grip for the ball on the kickoff. And fight for those yards. So Washington, he's going to chuck it deep. And there's a flag here, but look at those tackle animations. As there is a hold on Twerky McDingleberry. You also can see the players going for the ball. So you can actually see what's happening. Oh yeah, motion's added in. I forgot to mention that. As Washington breaks the tackle and throws it away. Did you see that?
I did. I like that the QB's moving around.
Right? I'd like to see them make it into a run as Washington just decides he doesn't like what he's seen.
I don't like that so much.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir. And this time he's sacked. Botterman gets him. And he's still on the ground. Slow to get up. And so this is going to be a punt from Careers Askers. Dayton Sack is going to get this one. And Sack makes a tackle.
Oh, okay. Carers askers, not careers.
Oh.
Carers, you know, like, do you care?
Oh. You know, that took me way too long to get. This is
Doesn't
the
matter,
Deadly
retired.
Pro Bowl Crasher, so you're watching it right now. And that one's low, but Junip Panda catches it. By the way, for all you people who are tuning in just to see how it is, you can always check out our Discord.
Where's the quarterback? Oh, there he is.
Ben Bones is running up. And Bones is going to chuck it deep and out of bounds. This is the Deadly Game. Botterman recovers and gets up and then is tackled.
Not the best throw.
Now, someone pointed out something in the patron chat, which is it looks like the ball is throwing a little bit slower.
Yeah.
As Gunner gets it, gets tackled, flies for his few yards, and just think in the old version, that would have been a first. Another motion play from the binaries. Mayhem with nowhere to go. Washington back to pass. And nearly... Did you see the DB try to swat it?
Mm-hmm.
That one's coming back. That's a false start on Twerky McDingleberry. That one's going to punt, roll, and get picked up by Dayton Sack. Dangerous pickup there. Wait, Dayton Sack's a DB?
I haven't played at DB.
Okay.
There isn't a lot of defense in the Dev League.
That's fair. Bones, under pressure, throwing it, and O'Connor has it. Huge play there. And incomplete. So I think, Dustin, let me know if you have the same opinion I do. It seems like the quarterback is like trying to throw it up in the air more than like throwing a bullet. As he breaks a pass, it doesn't matter if they break the tackle because then they just throw it away.
So far, it seems like the logic is the same as 21. There's just animations behind it.
I think that's a fair assessment. But we'll see what the logic changes are. But I think the players getting up actually burns off time on the clock. As we end our first quarter. Barbara Davis is going to punt this one. See you at the top is going to make a man miss. He's going to cut to the outside. Ooh. We might see a punt return touchdown more likely, though.
That might be the first touchdown we see in the game. See
Honestly,
if Washington can do something about it.
Yes, folks, just for those wondering, this is on the 23 beta. We got greenlit from the Axis team, so huge shout out to them for letting us do this and showing it off. Quick pass to Smoke Man Muscle. who breaks free of one tackle and as a result gains them no yards. Don't know if it's going to be on mobile. I can't speak for that. I'm assuming that it is part of their plan, but I don't know. As the quarterback runs back to the huddle. That was Gunther makes a man miss, flies forward and gets the first.
That was a pretty natural looking play, all things considered.
Absolutely.
Got Hail Mary.
Agreed entirely. He won 7-5-2. We do think the ball needs to travel in the air a little bit faster.
I mean, keep in mind Washington's throw power is like 75 or something.
Yeah, I'd love to see how it looks when we get to game 2, which is the major. So we'll see the quarterbacks with a little bit better, actually everyone with better attributes across the board. So
yeah,
that one's just way off target. And so what started off as a promising drive is now a... Well, we're going to see a delay of game here as... Nope. They do correct there. Wonder if that's replacing the clock runoff. That one bobbles out of bounds at about the 34.
good 7-yard punt.
Quality. Man in motion.
But we have no Botterman. I don't know. That's a pretty surprising punt, I guess. Unless they're trying to, I don't know, the accuracy hurt him there.
Maybe. Maybe it was just a bad punt. See, I feel like the quarterback returning to center is them trying to replicate clock runoff when I'm not sure if that's the right call. And there is pick number 2 by Botterman, who jukes a tackle, hurdles a man. He just hurdled the guy. And yeah, this... Maybe wait. By the way, how is the stream quality for everyone? I switched it from Streamlabs OBS to just OBS. And so I want to know how it's going for everything. Good so far. Excellent. That one's incomplete.
Might see a field goal here.
I would love to see it. Askers has the power. I don't know if they've got the... I just need the accuracy to work in their favor. Kick is up and good. Chechia is on the board. 51-yarder. CJ, it's probably because I just have it still set as 2 from the Super Casual Bowl. It's just, I'll fix it afterwards. Bones back to pass. And incomplete. Hello, that white guy. How's it going? Pass. Well, on the plus side, right now, it's not going to overtime. Then check the game settings after this. It feels after this half, because it feels a little slow.
Like the imminent third down run is back.
Yeah, that logic needs to be phased out really badly. That one's gonna roll.
And the punt returner not fielding the ball occasionally.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that causes. See, I think I know what I want to tell Danny, which is the first thing that I notice is the quarterback will break tackles from the blitz. And that's great. But rather than try and then make something happen, they just throw the ball away consistently.
Right. Seen that a handful of times already. Not even to halftime.
Yeah. Now, granted, we know this is a beta, so it's definitely still got bugs, definitely still has kinks to work out. So keep in mind, guys, and this is something that we've seen with every single beta iteration so far, is there are definitely things they've added in to the game logic-wise that have changed from the beta to the main because they're still using the already existing architecture and just adding levels above it. But this is why we do these playtests, this is why we show it live, this is why we report our feedback, our thoughts, our bugs we notice, and all those other things. So for those who don't know, on the Patreon channel, in the Access server, there's actually a Google document that people fill in, and I've done it many a time, where they literally say, this bug here, when I do this step, this happens. So whenever a quarterback breaks a tackle, they throw the ball away rather than try and scramble with it or do something. And they take forever to get back to the line.
It's got to be a clock runoff.
Right, but the clock isn't moving. That's kind of the weird part.
Well, for the play clock.
Ah. Liaison, I think the first run tonight is going to get 8. And once again, kick returner runs forward, making this a dangerous place to start for the binaries. Washington throws it away. Like, there's nowhere for them to be. And
It's just running it down to like 20 seconds or whatever.
This time he breaks it away and throws it away.
Yeah, offense is surprisingly at a premium for how few of defensive backs. I mean, each team only has 3.
Yeah.
Realistically. Each team only has 1 DL. Each team only has 1 linebacker. The rest are just 55 overall bots. So that's surprising how challenging the offense is. I did a quick test on 21, and this like one of them was like I want to say it was like a 43 to 27 game.
Oof. High scoring.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, a little bit more high scoring than 3-0.
Right? Well, it might be also that because our Def League stats are so low. Might be causing it, but that's why we got the second game.
I mean, it'd be interesting to compare it to the other Axis teams.
For sure. What a hurdle there.
What a miss block.
We got a lore question. What's literally the worst SCFSL game you have ever seen? Pain in the Rain. Easy. Pain in the Rain was before your time, Dust. This was season 1. Chocobo's Vipers, and it went into 5 overtime. Score was 0-all. Most of the kickers missed it because of 1-minute quarters. They would go for it on 4th down more often than they should have. Not that it would have mattered, as O'Connor gets a first down. And that was probably it. Breakers run this league. Yeah, it was 0-0 until the 5th or 6th overtime. We're still learning. Dust, what about you? What's the worst game you've ever seen?
Probably the previous Dev League championship.
Why's that one?
Because the Narwhal should have won, but they didn't.
Ah, yes. I agree. That one, yeah, that was. Narwhals were robbed. That one's.
I guess there's
robbed.
no guarantee that they make the field goal, but with David Vent too, I think their kicker at the
Their
time
odds were better than not.
right.
I agree entirely with the once logic issues are fixed, it'll be better score-wise. The animations themselves look great, but it seems the logic may be preventing them from being properly implemented by the AI. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Yeah, so both of these teams have similar playbooks, or should have the exact same playbook and play calling. They just have slight differences in attributes between the two.
Right.
They're fairly close on paper, though, which I guess reflects a close score, but
It's not quite like
there's still something goofy going on with blocking assignments too. Like the defensive ends are not getting picked up, and they're just Bottermans. I mean, they're 55 speed going against they're just all 55s, and they're getting right through every time. Nearly every time.
Yeah, the yellow DL blocking needs an overhaul. Yeah, I think you're right. It is just bot runoff. Ooh. Sack nearly just had it, I think. And there's a pick there. Swan Song Goose. It's pick number 3 for Ben Bones. Washington sacked. Botterman gets him. Washington back to pass. Both players went for it. Neither one got it as it is over both of their heads. Did not gauge where it would be. Or was off target. Yeah, it's hard to see where the bugs start and where the animation ends, but that's okay. That's why we do these things, so people can see this, see how it works, make sure it's all good. Dayton sacked, getting sacked at the 15. Well, not sacked, but you know what I mean, Dust.
Absolutely. Down to at the 20. It was one of the few plays where there was protection and still just kind of launched it out of bounds.
And again, he's just launching it every which way.
Yeah. What's interesting is Bones has better awareness and accuracy than Washington, but right now more interceptions. I don't know if that's a function of the wide receivers, the play calling, or what it is.
Yeah, no, it could be play calling, could be wide receivers, could be just making dangerous throws. Maybe its awareness is it how much you exude confidence that you can make these tight throws that you can't.
It's like the goal line formation still hanging around.
And see you at the top with the pick here. There's a late flag. It's going to be declined as the hold on Sixto Liaison. It's going to be declined. That is pick number 4 for Bones. Also,
Yep.
I've noticed the quarterback loves to call for motion on just about every play. I think I know what I want to analyze in the next game. And we've got a 3-point game, so let's get some 4s in chat. Washington. Huh. Okay. That was an interesting play. Avoided the sack and actually kept it in bounds. That was not an interesting play. Dayton sack. Hurdles a man. Mississippi down by 3. Needs some love. Bones finds Panda.
Well, looks like the running game is going to be back. I intentionally passed it a lot to get more of these receivers involved, but
No, I get you.
throw has to be there for the receiver to catch it generally.
And with a diving pass catch, Swansong Goose catches it, stumbles backwards, and goes out of bounds at the 30. That's his second pick of the night. And it's a fumble. And McTingleberry recovers but loses quite a bit of yardage there.
I like the interception a lot.
I did too.
But the QB plays have been marginal at best.
They've been leaving a lot to be desired.
It's reminded me a lot of 21 when it first launched. There were a ton of interceptions.
Yeah, before they had to tweak it down. Or we could just say it was my PC, 50-50.
Not too many times do you throw 5 interceptions and still stay within a 1-score ball game.
I can't think of a time when I've seen that happen.
I'm sure the Jets have done it.
You know, you're not wrong, but I still hate you for it. First access where I watch, I can see path forward, gameplay wise, and they're going for it. Yeah, no, it definitely. That's why I like showcasing the betas when I can. And Bones just isn't liking his reads. I'd like to see the AI logic change in the fourth quarter when they're down to just start forcing throws. honestly. Bones finds Panda. Panda catches it in stride, but has to jump and can't turn the corner, so it's 4th and 6. They're going to punt. It's a coward's move, but okay. DG would be mad indeed. Washington is sacked by Botterman. And this is a pick going the way of the Rail Raiders. Botterman makes a man miss and actually gets a couple of yards. Now it's going to come down to whether or not they can actually score a touchdown here. Lays on in motion. And Jackson the second with a pick that'll probably end it. No, Jackson.
Got half a quarter left. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That no team has been able to move the ball really.
It's also true. Gunner catches it and is just short of the first. That was the first pick for the Rail Raiders.
Ah, no 6-2.
You love to see it. Mayhem makes a man miss and gets the first. And Gunner catches it and gets to the 50.
Yeah, that's one of the more natural-looking catches we've seen.
Absolutely. Washington finds Onerson, catches it, and steps out of bounds. Washington back to pass and incomplete. Throws it away. So 3rd and 9.
There haven't been a lot of deep routes or, I guess, deep throws complete. It seems to heavily favor the defense.
Yes. As Gunther gets a good chunk of yards there. It makes us both eat our words.
Well, I mean like a streak route.
Yep. Junie, you are on the binaries, so I can answer that question.
No, I'm pretty sure they're Rail Raiders.
Oh, he's on the Rail Raiders? I'm wrong. Smoke Man Muscle catches that. Makes a man miss. There's a late flag here. It's a hold. It's coming back. Twerky McDingleberry. Hit again. Junie, don't trust me on anything. That's what you should know. Pitcher Washington is 10 for 32. With only one interception. Oof. 2-man blitz gets him.
Yeah, the defense seems to be very engaged.
Agreed.
The offense in QB is not. Except for when it comes time to break a tackle, but then it's
Then they're engaged. That is another bad punt.
Wonder if that's an accuracy and awareness issue.
Absolutely. Bones throws it away because he got touched. What's wild is Bones has thrown one more completion than he has interception.
Might change now.
The Cavalier catches it. Bones back to pass, and incomplete. Throws that one away. So that'll do it as Chechia wins 3-0. And now we're getting to our majors. Okay, hey Dust, did you notice that? Watch the clock when they kneel. Oh, that time it. Oh, Mississippi called timeout. Never mind. I'm crazy. All right. Career Askers is your offensive player of the game.
Sure.
Sure. Santon Goose.
Send that to Powell.
Yeah. All right. Game numero dos. We have the New York Barons and the Philadelphia Freedom. I revised the Barons to look like the Jets because I'm crazy. If your quarterback is Oxlong, you are on the Philadelphia Freedom. If your quarterback is Shamiracle, you are on the New York Barons. Our expert picks have New York as the 50-50. All right, we're going to do a new stadium. How do you feel about Pittsburgh?
Let's do it.
Yam Lewis, you are on Philly. Ooh, I like this stadium. It's bright.
Those uniforms are very green.
Yeah. Yeah. I realized I probably should change that up, but it's okay. They're very... Yes, this is the new Pittsburgh Stadium. And that was swatted down in the air. You know what team it reminds me of with the green? By the way, I made these like in a hurry. Robinson Jr. wide open, pee-pee poo-poo. And he's got space. He's going the distance. He got to the 19. Quick pass here, and it's a pick here by Yudikira Cloudera. That just looked like a pass in traffic that was broken up. By the way, you want to know something fun? Philadelphia's city flag was actually the colors of blue and yellow, which is why I chose them. As Colt Remington Wellington catches it and hurdles a man. Long back to pass. Has time, throwing deep. And this time, Dixie Normus will get the pick and a touchback as well, which will put it at the 20.
Could be a lot of interceptions.
With these defenses, absolutely. PP poo-poo, though, making a man miss and getting out of bounds. Robinson Jr. sacked. It's Zane Cluxon Frastazzle who gets him. And this is a pick here by yours truly, Providence C. Rab. What a handsome devil. Alright, so I think I've come to a conclusion for tests. You want to do a little more balanced on the run. Zoxlong is throwing, and Colt Remington Wellington fighting for those yards. So at the 2.
We'll see on this next play. Should be a run.
And Gonzalez with nothing but space. And Philadelphia takes the lead 6-0. With a kick here from Bond, making a 7.
Well, we've seen our first touchdown.
We have.
The Philadelphia had a shortened field, so we'll see if New York can do a long drive here.
Boateng catches that off-target throw from Robinson, but gets it first. That was a good play by Boateng.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Well, it's early still, but I'm wondering if we'll have to remove caps in Dev League.
Ooh. Well, let's see what 23 actually looks like beyond just the beta.
Well, the higher attributes seem to be doing better in general.
Agreed. Robinson deep bomb downfield. Boateng. That was a cool throw. So first and goal from the 8. I'd almost give it to Richards here. He sends the fullback out. And picked there. Yudu Claudero with her second pick of the night. I think with this, we might see the return of Divas Jimbo as Oswald Glockenspiel.
Yeah, so far we have a small sample size, but it seems like the run's a little bit more favored. Can be more favored.
I mean, yeah, I'm going to test with the rush later, I think. Reg Broccoli with the pick here, giving New York short field to work with at the 14. And dangerous throw. One of the things I am seeing, Dustin, tell me if you think this is crazy, but throwing into triple coverage is now producing less than favorable results that it was producing before.
Yeah, by a little bit so far.
And Boateng back corner. We have a tie game.
Interesting spot for the beat there.
Right? It's kind of an interesting one. I'll shoot that to Danny. Someone can get a clip of that and send it to me? That would be great.
Do you have the kicker power capped?
Probably not. Thought I did. but I obviously didn't. Then again, it's probable. That one's deflected. You are definitely able to see what's deflected and what's not. A lot easier. Short motion there. And Colt Remington Wellington catches in triple coverage and makes me eat my words from earlier and gets a touchdown. 136 yards and 5 targets. By the way, per his own statistical analysis, Colt Remington Wellington might be on pace to break records set by William Slayton. And Salami Lid snatches what should have been a pick out from the air. Robinson Jr. and just gets rid of it. And Devin Boateng catches that on the sideline. Well, Dust, let me know if you think I'm crazy, but I feel like the passing game's a little bit better in this game.
No, it absolutely is.
And Robinson is sacked there. Frastasco gets him. Deep bomb, heaving it, and bobbled. I wonder if it bounces when it's out of bounds, but then it gets caught inbounds. Is that a pick? Dave, how are we liking it? We definitely love the animations. As there is a pick there by Garrett Thompson. We definitely feel like setting it pass heavy was probably not the best call, but here we are. Oxlong throwing it deep. And Broccoli breaks a tackle. Huge play from Broccoli there. So Dave, to answer your question, things like that we love. And that should have been picked. I think 3 players all decided it was going to be their pick, and so none of them got it. Boateng catches it, steps out of bounds. As we hit the 2-minute warning, it's 3rd and 4.
The spot is Boateng at.
I think I just did it in order from when I posted, so he would be wide receiver 2. Colts wide receiver 2 as well. As Garrett
That's
Thompson
what I was looking at.
gets the second turnover of the night. You think the 700 TPE Mike Oxlong has is coming back to haunt him?
I don't know. I mean, the 4th championship feels pretty good.
That's true. I'm just saying in this game.
Oxlong won't probably play in this game ever.
This probably his last hurrah, and he makes a huge throw to Colt Remington Wellington.
Unless you want to sign another 400 TPE player.
I actually do.
And sabotaging the team.
Look,
Be a little more subtle about it.
Here's the thing. Here we go. I think Mike Oxlong has earned the right to retire on his own terms when he wants to with the Lions. He's gotten them 4 rings. He can do whatever the heck he wants. I'm reminded of an article of Drew Brees believes he can kill someone and still run for mayor. It's kind of what it feels like with Mike Oxlong. If he wants to return, that is his prerogative to do so. He has more than earned it. Then again, I'm a sap, so... You sure giving me the reins to the team was the right call, Dust? And Corpse Grinder with the jumping catch to pick it out of the air. I do love the jumping picks. Mike Oxlong is going to be another Tom Brady. I don't think so. I think Mike Oxlong has probably got this last season, and then he gets auto-retired by regression. But if he wants to play with the Lions, I don't want to deny him that. As Yam Lewis will get that pick. Oxlong back to pass. And Dixie Normus. We're getting a train, Dust. We're getting a train. Normus is going to break a tackle. He's going to go. It's a pick six. Is Dust still here? Or is it just me?
I'm still here.
You're still here, just quiet? Azito's kick is up and good. That was a cool pick six, though.
How many interceptions have we seen so far?
I'll tell you at halftime. I like how the players run through the mesh. Kind of a neat bug that I don't think matters for anything, but it's just kind of a neat bug.
Probably avoids the T-pose.
Yeah, that's true. They need to run more. Yeah, no, agreed. Oxlong finds Billy Bob Booker Thompson, catches it, steps out of bounds. And they actually spot him where he stepped out of bounds. Gonzalez on the 3rd and cell will make it 4th and 1. And Reno is going to get that one. Oh, that's interesting.
It had the accent a day or what?
Yeah, it had the accent a day because it used to be it was just the moon when it did that. We should just use the beta for season 15. Can't quite do that. One, because the beta does go offline after a couple weeks. So you can't use it forever. 2, I don't think with how it's structured that we want to do that. Otherwise, just be run heavy. It's about building an OL and a run game and nothing else. Oh, wait, Slump runs the rush. That's perfect for them. The best OL, the best RB. Colt Remington Wharton has 224 yards. What a night from him. And Von Ubercastle with the pick. Von Ubercastle up the sideline. He's going the distance. Gonzalez is catching up to him, but he's not going to get there in time. Von Ubercastle with a 100-yard pick six. We've now seen equal number of points on offense. No, one fewer touchdown on defense compared to offense. What a play, though.
New York has 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, New York has scored more on defense than offense. But I was just thinking collectively. Ferguson Pork is on
New York.
New York. And Von Ubercastle with another pick and a hurdle and steps out of bounds. And Robinson is sacked. Bjorn Isaac Granlund Dahlbeck. Big D is going to get him. Robinson sends a man in motion. And Garrett Thompson, one-handed pick. Did you see that? That was absurd. That might be my favorite individual pick, not play thereafter of the pick. But individual pick, that might be my favorite. As Oxlong is nearly Jimbo sacked. Billy Bob Booker Thompson gets it, though. Sending a man in motion. Pitch outside to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, nowhere to go. It's 3rd and 5. That was actually a good use of the run play. Just didn't pan out. Song back to pass. Dangerous throw there. Billy Bob Booker Thompson catches it, though, as the DB was too early on the jump. And it's 1st and goal from the 2. They're not running 6-2, Dust.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
And Gonzalez is in for the touchdown. Philadelphia
So they're
ties
halfway
it
there
up.
for bad formations.
The kick is good. So Potter's going to get this one and get hit at about the 15. 14. Quick pass. Garrett Thompson, pick number 3. Robinson Jr.'s having a night to forget. Actually, both quarterbacks are. Oh, I didn't look at the total number of picks at the half.
I think we're at like 18 now.
And Dixie Normus is going to outrun the Smallwoods. Gonzalez is catching up, but can't quite get there. And that's pick 6, number 3. I'll look at how many picks. I want to see, just out of my curiosity. Stats. 16 interceptions this game. 16! If
I
this
think
were
that's
real
more than both QBs had
whole
in the whole
season.
season.
If this were a real game, both of them would have been benched by now.
I don't know what your alternative is.
Miss Bonnerman. Just bring him out. I believe in him. Oxlong, there's a flag here, so it doesn't matter. As Gonzalez gets hit with a hold. Normus has had a good night, though. 2 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and 2 deflected passes. Billy Bob Booker Thompson, nowhere to go. I would love to see a Boderman-only game. No, you wouldn't. I'm speaking from experience. Season 1, that was what happened. Anyway, we have a 1-score game. It's Pro Bowl. Give me some 4s in chat. Oxlong heaving it deep, and Boateng has it. That's Caleb this time. putting them just past the 50.
Isn't Caleb on one team and Devin on the other?
I believe so. I believe the Boateng brothers are split up. And Reg Broccoli with a pick and gets back to the 50. But I think you're right. Like, the plays do seem more natural in some ways.
Sometimes.
Sometimes they don't. As Boateng catches it, runs backwards, and actually loses some yards on the comeback route. Bjorn Isaac Granlund Dahlbeck is there for an 8-yard loss. Pass out to Lid. And Lid is going to make it 3rd and 8. Clavera.
So 18 total interceptions, 9 apiece for those counting at home.
I should have put a prediction going into this. Over under 20.
I don't think we could have predicted a number high enough.
And Colt Remington Wellington's in! And Philadelphia has tied this up. No, we couldn't have predicted a number high enough. And Hogger would know where to go. Cosmos Strand Fury's got it. For all those people who said the super casual role was played in the beta, I can now say with confidence it looked nothing like this. Or any of the things. Richards makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss, stays up, and fights for those extra 1.5 yards. Robinson Jr. throwing it quickly. PP Poo-Poo's got it. High steps out and steps out of bounds. Gets to 31. And for those keeping track, that's my second one. That brings us, what, to 17?
No, we're at 20, I think.
We're at
I think
20.
each one's thrown 10.
Wow. I want to look at the stats after this game because this is absurd. Oxlong throwing it deep. And Boateng's in for the touchdown. And so Philadelphia takes the lead once more. Hogger makes a man miss, but can't get anything from there. Robinson Jr. back to pass. Has time. And incomplete. Deep bomb downfield. Cosmo Strand Fury catches it and stiff arms one man into the ground. Ali Mendez, eat your heart out. as we hit the 2-minute warning. What do you think, Dust? Do you think they're going to tie it up, or do you think it's going to end here?
I think they'll tie it up.
Richards to the outside. Richards makes a man miss, but can't get past him. And so it's going to be first and goal from the 6. Richards is in. New York ties it up. She's averaging just under 7 yards a carry. To kick off, and because I forgot to fix his settings, it is a touchback. All right, Dust, here we go. Here's the prediction. You know what? I'm gonna give everyone, and Daddy Longlegs is gonna pick. All right, we have a prediction. Is it going to be overtime? So Junior gives it to Richards. Richards fights for the yards and gets a first.
Until Philadelphia calls timeout, probably not going to be overtime.
And that logic always confuses me. Salami Lid, the fullback, gets a couple yards. Philly needs to call a timeout. I don't think it's going, though. We could see a pick here. Let's not rule it out. AI has done stupid things before, but they're content to give it to Richards. Richards falls forward, gets a first, and New York calls a timeout. And Nito's kick is up and good. So if you predicted no, you're probably loving your odds. If you predicted yes, the one thing that is working for Philly's advantage is Zuko Ito's power did not get adjusted. So they will have the full 9 seconds to work with. Man in motion. Slowing back to pass. Deep bomb downfield. Caleb Boateng, but he can't get in. That'll do it. Devin Boateng is your offensive player of the game. Dixie Normus. Let's look at the stats. Oxlong threw 3 touchdowns and 10 interceptions with a 33 rating. Conversely, Robinson had a 22 rating, throwing 1 touchdown and 10 interceptions. On the run game, Gonzalez wasn't asked to do much. Richards did decent, actually. Boateng, as we know, cleaned up. PP Poo-Poo as well. Got silent in the latter half of the game, but did quite a bit. Let me pay out the prediction. Prediction has been paid out. Colt Remington Wellington obviously did most of the work there. Caleb Boateng, though, had a touchdown as well on defense. Cladera had 3. Here, let's sort it by interceptions. Garrett Thompson had 4 interceptions. For New York, Commander Fluffy, Gase, West and East Glockenspiel were the only ones. Oh, and our lovely friend Reno. Meanwhile, the truth, did I intercept, and Bill Cherry all were interception list. Oh, they don't have the touchdowns. Oh wait, yes they do. Touchdowns right there. Perfect. Should replay the season 14 championship game just for fun if I have time. What do you think, Dust? I don't have time tonight, but I might do it another night. Is kind of my answer. I want to. I've got some things I have to do tonight, unfortunately. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Dust, when is our next thing?
Next thing on the schedule is going to be, aside from some regular off-season things, gonna have the Chaos Commissioner's Chaos Challenge,
Ooh, when's that?
July 22nd, so 3 days.
3 days. Well, I look forward to
Um, and
seeing.
then
Yeah, go
and then a
ahead, sorry.
week from tomorrow, we'll have the live draft.
That's excellent.
So offline draft is gonna be starting shortly, and then we'll have the live draft stream. So we're gonna have pretty consecutive streams. You know, there'd be a 5 day gap, I guess, between this upcoming was that Thursday, and then the
Mhm.
fall or Friday to Wednesday. But yeah, there'll be some. You know, even though it's off season, we'll still try to put a couple streams out there, basically 2 a week, and then it'll be preseason before we know it. So
Excellent. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you in our next stream.